Thank you so much for stopping by my channel, 521 Investment Wealth Builders. I'm going to continue to talk about earning money versus making money. Now, I had a doctor's appointment last week, and somehow the conversation in the office turned to investing. The doctor said investing is very difficult, and I agree with that statement if you have not developed the right mindset. The doctor also began to talk about student debt repayment and how most doctors want to live in nice neighborhoods with big houses and nice luxury cars. And normally, if you ride through those neighborhoods, that's the picture of what you would see. But what my focus was on is what the doctor said about investing being difficult. And I began to tell the doctor when I first started investing, I had to learn my income, my expense, my debt and cash flow, and what part of the process it was in investing. And because if you don't understand your income, your expense, your debt, and cash flow, it will be difficult to invest because you always think you don't have anything to invest. You don't have nothing left over. So that's part of the process of investing. Now, I talk to a lot of people. They want the results and not the process of making money. Again, a lot of people want the results of making money, but not the process of making money. And making money is using our time to create a product or service that continues to earn us money. And we are not limited to how much we can make, and how much we can make is not dependent on exchanging more of our time for money, because what we're trying to do is get our time back. Now I want to talk a little bit about how I started to make some money in the stock market. I wanted to profit from the stock market, but when I first started, nothing happened until I opened a brokerage account, made a deposit, and began to learn how the game is played and the rules of the game process. I also want to learn how to buy low and sell high for a profit process, and the buy and hold investment. And you probably heard that, invest for the long term, but that's also a process. Now, also, when I first started out, I heard a lot about dividends, and I often hear people now talk about dividends. And to be honest, I didn't really have a good understanding of how dividends work. Dividends are the percentage of a company's earnings that is paid to the shareholders as their share of the profits. Dividends are generally paid quarterly, with the amount decided by the board of directors based on the company's recent earnings. And I didn't know that there were companies out there called dividend kings and dividend aristocrats. And a dividend king is a distinguished member of the elite dividend paying stock that have paid dividends for at least 50 years. And the dividend aristocrat has paid dividends annually for at least 25 years. Process. I didn't know anything about this. So if I'm looking for a company that pays a good dividend, I should consider a dividend king or a dividend aristocrat. Now, the larger established companies with predictable profits are often the best dividend payers. And here are some of the sectors that these companies fall in: basic material, oil and gas, banks and financials, healthcare, pharmaceuticals, and utilities. Also, process, I had to learn about dividend dates. I always just focus on the payment date, but I didn't know there was an announcement date where the company announced that they're going to pay a dividend. Then there's the ex-dividend date, the record date, and the payment date. Again, my whole focus was just the payment date. I didn't know anything about the announcement date, the ex-dividend date, the record date. I only focus in on the payment date process. Now I have a dividend stock in my portfolio. The symbol is SLB, Schlumberger, Limited Energy and Oil, Gas, and Equipment Services. Again, it's Schlumberger, and that stock is in my portfolio. Now, Schlumberger pays $1.10 annually dividend. Schlumberger ex-dividend date is September the 4th, 2024, which is coming up pretty soon, which means that buying shares on or after that date, September 4th, will not be eligible to receive the next dividend payment process. So I had to learn by studying the process is always having purchased a dividend stock before the ex-dividend date so I could receive the dividend. Again, my focus was only on the payment date. So there's, like I said, other things I had to consider when purchasing a stock when I'm looking to profit from the dividend. Now, I'll post this on my Facebook page after September the 4th. So there's always the process of building wealth that many try to avoid. They only see the results. Again, there's always the process of wealth building that many try to avoid. They only see the results. You turn on your favorite financial channel, you hear and you see the results. But remember, there's always a process. Think about this. You see your favorite athlete, he get or she gets the big payday. But to get the payday, they had to go through the process to qualify for the payday. The process helps us qualify to build wealth. Now please subscribe and share this video. Until we meet again, peace.